What's going on, everybody? My name is Kevin and I'm an adventure photographer. Now you might be wondering, what is an adventure photographer? Well, today I'm gonna let you know what that is. Now, adventure photographer is kind of a term that I've created over the years. I'm pretty sure other people use the term too. And I personally use it to describe the niche of photography that I do. Now, I don't really want to call myself just a regular photographer or just a photographer in general because I don't really do that much regular photography. Kind of adventure photography is what I do, and it's kind of the only thing I do. When I'm at home in Wisconsin, my camera pretty much sits in a drawer unless I'm filming something like this today. And I don't really turn it on or take photos of anything at all. I have that syndrome where I feel like my hometown, it has nothing interesting to offer. It's probably something I should change. I should probably start taking pictures around here, but for now I don't really. So I've dabbled in other areas of photography, and I think that a sign of a good photographer or a great photographer is that they can take pictures of pretty much anything, like regardless of the subject matter or the niche, they can take great pictures. I've done some portrait photography and I've also done a wedding, and I don't really enjoy either. Portrait photography is not that bad. It's kind of fun. There's a little bit of pressure, but it's pretty easy. The one downside is you gotta buy a 70-200 lens that I don't really use that much for adventure photography because it's too heavy to carry around, and it's definitely not a primary lens that you can use in the adventure photography type of scenarios. Now, weddings are terrible. There's tons of pressure, especially if the bride is paying you a lot for the wedding. I worry a lot about my equipment not working right, or my settings getting messed up, or losing a battery, or just the camera breaking and not working for some reason. The one I did, I actually didn't get paid for because it was my first one and I didn't want to screw it up. It turned out to be like so much work, and my photos are pretty good, and then you're putting in like hours and hours and hours of work in post. It just kind of turns into a nightmare, and it's not fun at all. Swore off of weddings, never doing a wedding again. And kind of along the same lines as weddings and portraits and other stuff like that, it's hard for me to take pictures of things that I don't personally care about at all. Like I don't care about these pictures, I'm never gonna look at them. And when I don't have the enthusiasm, it just adds to the annoyance and the overall unfun nature of those types of photography. I also don't really believe in the whole fairy tale wedding philosophy thing, but that's a whole other rant. So with my job, I get to kind of fly around the world a lot, and that's how I've narrowed down the type of photography that I learned that I like to do. I started out doing landscape photography when I would fly to these exotic, cool places, and it was really fun, but just the normal landscape photos were they were lacking something. I didn't really know what they were lacking, but they were lacking something. They were really pretty and nice and decent, but they didn't really have any emotion. They didn't have any history. These pictures could have been taken at any time by any person, and whoever's looking at the picture knows nothing other than that it's a pretty picture. Then one day, all of a sudden, these landscape photos changed when I decided to prop up my tripod, put the intervalometer on my camera, and put myself into the picture. So in this example, this is just a photo of a cool rock formation. It looks pretty, but you really don't know anything about it, and there isn't really any feeling attached to it. But then when I decided to put myself into the picture, you can see that this has now become one of the biggest natural arch formations on Earth. And I think it was from this moment on that I never really took another standard landscape photo again. I started putting my friends, my brother, and sometimes myself always in front of the camera. And all these pictures were finally capturing what I really wanted to capture all this time: memories. I was there. We were there. We existed. In this moment in time, on this day, we were. And now I have hard drives full of these 1-second memories. And that, in my opinion, is what an adventure photographer is. So if you think you might want to become an adventure photographer like me, stay tuned to this channel because I'm going to be making a lot more videos that'll help you along that process. Hit up my Instagram if you want to check out my pictures and see if I'm just talking shit or if I'm the real deal. Catch you guys later.